Real simple. The driver can dial a little bit more front brake in if he needs it, or he can back that off if that's what the car requires as far as getting in the corner. It's real important that he doesn't over adjust these brakes and all of a sudden fail the front or fail the rear, which we probably saw in case he mirrors the situation, guys.
All right, thank you, Jeff. AT&T's Fastest Driver Challenge. Remember to text FAST to 34763 or go to fastestdriver.com for a chance to win 4 Gs.
Well, you talk about Martin Truex staying out. What happened there? They used that strategy. They didn't think they could make it on fuel to this point, so they just stayed out and grabbed that track position.
All right, let's listen in on some radio communication.
You pit here, everybody's got to pit one more time. You got 20 laps on tires. I'm thinking you stay out here.
Where you stay, bud?
We're going to stay out, There's no way we can make it on fuel, so we're staying out.
That's interesting strategy. You have to stop once more anyway, so why not gamble now instead of later?
Well, yesterday tires were not, one car finished third and took no tires, so there's all kind of tire strategies going on.
Now what's interesting, with 21 drivers on the lead lap, we had 3 drivers, Dick, that topped off: Jeff Gordon, Matt Kenseth, and Kurt Busch. Dick?
I'll tell you what, you want to keep an eye on Truex in that 56, because lap after lap before that round of pit stops, he was the quickest car. And indeed, he can't make it all the way to the end, but no changes on his last pit stop, so he's got some stuff for the end of this race.
David Rudiman and A.J. Allmendinger took the wave around to come back onto the lead lap. J.J. Yaley, along with David Reagan, also took the wave around. Getting ready for the restart. Jimmie Johnson, what a climb back into the top 5 he's had. Truex, Harvick, Keselowski, Martin into turn 1.
It's going to be dicey. This is when you get all bottled up, 3 wide, on the apron, in the wall. Look out.
Logano inside of the 48 of Johnson. Whoa, Burton gets squirrely in the 31, but he hung on. He had a rough ride coming up off that apron.
Yeah, Jimmie Johnson had to really give Logano some room right there. That could have been big.
Truex the leader from Harvick, Keselowski, Hamlin, and Martin. Ambrose.
It's go time, Mike. I mean, right now is decisive. You got to get your track position. You got to get up front and stay there.
Logano and Ambrose. Logano takes the spot. 6th place from Marcus Ambrose. Biffle is coming, and there's Johnson in 48. Steve?
As soon as Jimmie Johnson hit pit road, Mike, and left, Virgin Canal said save gas immediately. This is important. You are 3 laps short right now if it stays green. Save.
I believe if I'm 3 laps short and I can save just a teeny bit, I don't know if I can do it down here on the apron trying to pass these guys or not, but I think he can make it. I think there are a number of guys that are going to try to make it.
Yeah, he thought twice, Jimmie Johnson in the 48, about going 3 wide going off into turn 3. He rolled out.
Michael, how about saving gas?
Well, there's a couple of things you can do. Obviously, let off the gas a little bit earlier and be careful how you get back on the gas. But Darrell, what about cutting the back straightaway there? You cut that little kink enough times, it's going to gain you some ground.
Well, you might save a little gas, but I don't know about saving your race car when they're 3 wide like that.
Michael, what have y'all learned as far as differences in saving fuel with the old 4-barrel carburetor and this electronic fuel injection we're running?
I think they just think the engines are running more efficiently, Larry, so there isn't as much that a driver can do to save gas. But easy on the gas and easy off of it is certainly going to get you a little bit better mileage.
In the mapping of these electronic boxes in the car, you can work on your diesel fuel cutoff. The gas, you can work on that, and you never were able to do that before. We got engines now that talk to us, and they can talk to the engine tuner and tell it what it needs.
Here comes Hamlin for 3rd. Inside of Keselowski, turn 2.
Not during the race now. That's a tuning thing, not during the race.
Behind them, inching in. Well behind them. Now there's the 31 of Burton and the 48 of Jimmie Johnson battling, but Mark Martin and Joey Logano are catching up the 3rd place battle. Then along comes Newman, Smith, Labonte in the picture. 3rd place here. And Hamlin having trouble completing the pass on Keselowski's deuce. Darrell, Darrell, they keep fooling around. They're going to have 2 more right with them.
Oh, yeah, this is going to get exciting up near the front. And I think some of these guys are saying, look, we can't make it race hard. There's a few other guys that are saying, we can make it if you save a little fuel. So we got a couple of little deals going on right here, right now.
You know, not too far behind these 2 drivers racing this hard-handling Keselowski, a driver that we have not talked about all day long. He started back in 24th position, the man that tied Tony Stewart in points last year but lost the tiebreaker. Carl Edwards in that 99 car has cracked the top 10. He's up in 9th.
Running 4.5 seconds off the lead, which Martin Truex Jr. is now stretching out a bit over Kevin Harvick.
Now, they were telling him, I was getting a report, to save fuel. He also was one of the drivers that went with just 2 tires on that last stop.
71 laps to go in the desert. Martin Truex Jr., your leader. Kevin Harvick second. You're watching NASCAR on Fox.
They say that with great power comes great responsibility. Well, when you own a Durango, you'll have tons of power, enough to tow up to 7,400 pounds. So owning a Durango means you now have the responsibility to go dirt biking, ATVing, motorcycling, boating, jet skiing, and show a Ford Explorer a thing or two about what it means to have best-in-class towing. The SUV is back.
Store your paint colors, not your paint cans. One of the many ways My Lowe's revolutionizes managing your entire home. Register your home at Lowe's.com. Lowe's, never stop improving.
Five-hour energy, when I gotta get stuff done.
.67 laps to go in the Subway Fresh Fit 500, and Martin Truex sees his rearview mirror beginning to fill up with Kevin Harvick, who has cut the gap down to 0.7 of a second and closing. Denny Hamlin 1.9 back, Brad Keselowski 2.6, and Mark Martin the top 5. Uh-oh, a lot of smoke out of David Rudiman's car.
That looks pretty serious.
Real heavy. Caution's out. Caution's out.
Lap 247. Caution waves for Rudiman.
Now what are you going to do?
Well, I know what I'm going to do if I'm Martin Truex and his race team. I'm going to get the pit road. I know I can make it from here now.
Some of these guys that were thinking they could maybe possibly make it, this caution ought to give them some insurance.
I feel like 3 drivers that will stay out were the 3 drivers that topped off there with 80 to go. Jeff Gordon, Matt Kenseth, and Kurt Busch. I'd be willing to bet those 3 drivers will stay out.
Pit road's open. Let's see who the takers are this time around. Bobby Labonte gets the free pass. And so we'll restart with 24 on the lead lap. And Tony Stewart is not maintaining race pace.
No, he's coasting.
All right, Truex, Martin, Logano is in, Jeff Burton, Kyle Busch. A bunch of the leaders have come to pit road. Dick?
Unclear as to what Martin Truex is going to do. They had not decided until this very moment what they were going to do with tire strategy. 2 tires or 4 tires? The answer is 4. Truex now will be able to make it all the way to the end. Matt.
And the issue for Tony Stewart, he shut his engine off like you used to traditionally with the carbureted engines to try to save fuel. It would not refire. That's what he's telling the team.
He was 13th at the time.
Well, there's a refire procedure that you have to go through. You got to turn everything off and then start all over again. It's like resetting your computer.
Now he will stay on the lead lap if he gets a push to pit road. and see if they can get him refired. Let's go back to the Martin Truex pit stop.